Hello, my name is Simon, and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my take on our 2-0 home defeat to Manchester United. It was a decent display overall against, I thought, a very good, powerful side. In particular, Steve Cook and Nathan Ake worked well as a duo at the back in general. I thought the other Cook, Lewis Cook in midfield, I thought he played very well and didn't look out of place against the beast that is Pogba and another beast in Fellaini. I thought he did pretty well considering him and Sermon were outnumbered in the middle. I thought he did very well. He made some good turns, some good runs, some good passes. He's going to be a huge player in years to come. If not for us, then for another team bigger than us. But overall it wasn't a bad performance. We were just outclassed by a better team. That said, the poor was that we did look quite nervous in the final third, especially in the first half. I thought where just the final ball just wasn't there, either from Ibe or Callum Wilson or Josh King, with Wilson and Josh King again being played together up front when it just doesn't work. It's getting ridiculous now. But yeah, I thought we played the wrong formation. I think 4-4-2 just doesn't work with the personnel we have. Daniels and Francis are pretty much clapped out now, and they just can't make the runs up the wings that they used to, and then that takes away a whole facet of our attacking play pretty much off the bat. And so you're left relying on King and Wilson to pick up scraps from long balls, which they did quite well with, I think, especially considering they were against mountains in Smalling and Phil Jones. But yeah, I just think we played the wrong formation, we played the wrong players. And yeah, it's quite frustrating because it's quite clear that Eddie Howe doesn't know his best first 11 yet, and for that to be the case with 3 games to go is quite baffling to me. But on the positive side, we have stayed up despite that, so every cloud. Overall, the referee Graham Scott was very poor. I don't think ultimately if we'd got that penalty we might have still lost the game anyway, but yeah, I think it was a penalty on Wilson when Luke Shaw pushed him over. I don't think it was as blatant as Callum Wilson was making out, but I've seen it a few times and I think it is a penalty. I think he puts him off enough. So yeah, his performance was quite poor, just generally across the board, some strange decisions. He also kept getting in the way of the ball sometimes, which just you don't want to see. So yeah, I thought he was quite poor, and that was probably the ugliest part of the match, if there was one. Personally, I found the bit at half-time where the 2 men have to run towards the goal and try and score while wearing, beer goggles, quite amusing, especially when one of them missed from pretty much a yard out and then the whole of the North Stand sung the Benicophobe song, which was very amusing. And then when Daley Blint air kicked the ball in the second half from a promising position, the song was sung again. So it's quite good that that's a thing, because Benicophobe has pretty much burnt his bridges with us now, with all the things he said in the press with Wolves and stuff, even though he's still our player. But yeah, it's kind of that was quite amusing. A couple of people got in touch on Twitter, so thanks for that. The first was Reds, who is Lorenzo AFCB on Twitter, and he said, "They were more effective, faster and bigger. Of course better quality, however we showed too much respect. Where's good old tackling gone? Ref shocking, embarrassingly pro Man U, but let's not forget we had only a couple of clean sheets in 5 to 6 months and an average of more than 2 goals conceded per game." Yeah, I thought that we did okay. We didn't show United a huge amount of respect, but we definitely didn't have any players in the team that were going to really get in their faces. I think really the only player that we have of that is Harry Arter and maybe Dan Gosling on a good day, and obviously Harry Arter's horribly out of form. Hopefully he gets some kind of goodbye appearance. But yeah, overall I just think they were a bit better than us. But yeah, defensively it's a worry, because even though we played well and I thought defended well for large periods, we still conceded 2 goals, we haven't scored any goals. And yeah, it's something for Eddie Howe to look at, because even though he's obviously tried to tighten us up defensively this season, we haven't really gone forward in that respect in terms of goal conceded, and we arguably look less of a consistent threat going forward. So yeah, it's definitely a a problem that Eddie Howe's going to have to solve, and hopefully he starts work on it in the summer with some recruitment and some shipping out of dead wood. And then finally, Edward Coombs, who is Eddie Coombs 67 on Twitter, said AFC Bournemouth 0, Graham Scott FC 2. Yeah, I don't think it's completely fair to blame the referee on the result, but he definitely was making some strange decisions, and I don't think he had a great game. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. I already pretty much mentioned that in the ugly section. But yeah, that's all for this video. A disappointing defeat, but I don't think too depressing considering it was a good performance. I think overall it was decent, not good, but decent and solid enough. It wasn't as bad as some of the performances we've had this season, let me put it that way. But yeah, kind of the season is limping to an end now. There's no way we're going to beat the target of 46 points that we got last season. We'd have to win all our remaining games to top it, which I can't see happening, despite them being fairly winnable. But yeah, I can't see it. But yeah, do get in touch with AFC Bournemouth Analysis. We're on Twitter and Facebook. I say I'm on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in this video's description, so do follow them, get involved. The URLs are also here. Yeah, and do subscribe to this channel, comment, let me know what you think, share it with others, because I just want to get more people involved, more Bournemouth fans obviously, and that would be great. So yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.